Alright guys, what's up? It's Paul again. Today's the day we're going to go ahead and install the oil catch can. I'm going to apologize right now. My neighbor is doing his yard work, so if you hear the lawnmower going on in the background, again, I apologize. Of course, they had to pick today to do their yard work, but no biggie. You understand you got to get stuff done when it's nice outside, and it's about 60 degrees. So, but there are two ways you can actually install this oil catch can on your car, and I'm going to show you both ways, and then I'm going to show you the way that I'm going to do it. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so the first way you can actually install it, and that's with the Z bracket itself, which is this piece right here. It's the Z bracket, they call it the Z bracket if you got one from Bella Technologies. And I'm going to set this off to the side there so it doesn't move and scratch the car or anything at all. So using the Z bracket, you're actually going to come down here, and as you can see, I've actually already removed it, but this little clip right here goes into the hole right there into the head itself. So you can actually pop this out. Just take a screwdriver. Again, I just took a small little screwdriver and I just pried that off real quick, and you can just move this out of the way and you can install it that way. The other way is if you actually remove the actual bracket itself, and you can take that off, loosen that up, you can actually attach it right here. Now I know that they actually come with a and I didn't actually come with that piece, but there's a nut that you can actually screw on there and actually only allow it to go so far, so that way you guys don't strip the bracket itself. So that's a possibility as well, but we're going to go ahead and install it with the Z bracket, and we're going to go ahead and put it right here. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get that started for you guys. Alright guys, so here we go. As you can see, I'm taking the Z bracket, using the bolt with the lock washer on there, slide that on there, and just going to go ahead and hand tighten it down real quick. And I believe it is a 13 millimeter. So all you'll do is just hand tighten it down, get it in place. Now I took the bottom part of the catch can off because it's just kind of easier to work with. So I just kind of got a hand tighten there just a little bit. Alright guys, so now it's just time to tighten it up. Again, it's a 13 millimeter. And that's why it's easier to do it with the bottom part of the can off. You could probably get an extension on there, but it's still a little tight space. And get it in the right position, and you don't have to over tighten it. Just get it on there tight enough for you, and then you can always go back and actually tighten it up after you're done. But with that, tighten it up a little bit more after you're done. But again guys, removing this right here is actually not going to hurt anything. You can even put it back kind of like where it was at a little bit right next to it, and if you wanted to, you can even zip tie right here. And again, I apologize for my neighbor there. You can even zip tie it maybe to your Z bracket there. So on to the next step, we're going to go ahead and put the hoses on. Alright guys, so you're going to actually remove this piece right here. It was actually in here and in there. Now it was a little tough to get out, so I would recommend just kind of taking a screwdriver, kind of putting it in between. Just be careful. Like I said, it doesn't have to take nothing fancy, but just put this little screwdriver right there, help kind of break the seal a little bit. Alright guys, so now that I've gotten everything loose, I went ahead and put these brass fittings on that come with the catch can themselves. I probably should have gotten black, but that's alright. Most of it's going to be covered up anyways. You're not going to be able to see them, so hopefully with the engine cover it'll still fit on there. But now what you're going to do is there's two size hoses that come with it. You got this hose and this hose. So with both of those hoses, this one is going to go back here, and this one is going to go right there. And you can move this, you can adjust it around as wherever you want it to. I just turned mine this way. I just turned it this way. Sorry about that, guys. So I just turned it this way, so that way it's kind of facing the way I want it to go for the oil catch can. So now it's just time to slide these on there, and they'll just go in right there. It's a pretty loose fit there. And then this will slide on right there. And then your second one will go right there. Again, pretty loose fit. Yeah. So, slight little hiccup there, guys. I may need to go get some clamps to make sure that this is going to fit correctly. As you can see, it's a pretty loose fit. Alright guys, so here's my update. As you guys can see, I put the Z-bracket on, and I had this clip removed real quick. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but again, I just went ahead and pushed it back in. I reinstalled the hose because I do need to run to the auto parts store. If you do the Z-bracket and you place it right here, your engine cover will not fit on your car. So if you want to keep your engine cover, you have to actually install it right here. This is where this comes into play. I got to remove the Z-bracket. I do not have a big enough bit to fit that, so I'm going to the auto parts store to see if I can find one that will fit that. While I'm there, since the fittings for the hoses were a little loose, I'm going to go ahead and get some clamps to put on there as well, just so that way everything's covered. And I also need, because I don't have one, I need to get a bolt, excuse me, a nut that will actually fit on this, so I can go ahead and tighten down the bracket itself. So that is where I'm off to. We will continue the video once I get everything that I need, because I do want my engine cover back on. That's part of the staple of the car for me, so I am definitely going to be putting the engine cover back on, and I don't want this. So again, this clip just slides right back in there. It's secure, it's not coming out. This is back on there like it's supposed to be. So off to the auto parts store, and I will continue the video after that. Alright guys, so went to the auto parts store, sorry about my hand there, and I got myself the nut. Now this is where I'm going to mount the actual deal. So again, I took the Z-bracket off, that's what you're left with. And from what I've been told, you're going to put this on here and you're going to spin it 4 times. Alright guys, so yeah, probably about maybe 3 turns. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. The light is not very good, but yeah, that's about right where you want it. Definitely plenty of clearance. So once you get everything you want it, then you'll go ahead and tighten down that nut, which will hold this into place. And again, when I say tighten it, you're actually going to loosen it to a point to where you can actually keep it into place. So the other part of it now is next. Going to go ahead and remove all of this again. I did get hose clamps, just for shits and giggles. So that's what I'm going to do next. All right, guys. So trial and tribulation. So as you can see, the hoses I got sent are not long enough. So I am going to have to go back to the auto parts store and get longer hoses. Maybe I might just upgrade to braided lines. I don't know for sure, but yeah, it's a little disappointing that again, catch can is installed where I want it, but no, lines are not long enough. So again, just trial and error, guys, and that's what this is all about. But I'm having fun, I can tell you this right now. So back to the auto parts store, and let's get some longer hoses. Alright guys, so got longer hoses finally installed. I did put some clamps down here and some clamps up here. It's not going to hurt anything. I definitely wanted the clamps up here because that was really loose. Now I just wanted to make sure, so I just went ahead and put them down there. No biggie. The only concern I have is right here. I'm worried that that might get too hot. So what I may do is go back and get some heat tape and wrap it around this hose right there to prevent that from getting too hot and being able to go through there and actually just burn a hole through it. So because that it is pretty warm right now. So there it is, guys. Oil catch can finally installed. My cover does fit, and I will show you guys what that looks like now. So all complete. Oil catch can in, engine cover back on. It looks a whole lot cleaner that way. So if you guys are thinking about doing the oil catch can, probably if you had all the right pieces, maybe I didn't order it right. I definitely don't blame Billet Technologies at all. Maybe I just didn't give them enough info, but it definitely looks a lot better this way than it did with the Z bracket on there, and wouldn't be able to put my engine cover back on. So that's what I'm going to go with. We'll see how it works, and I will keep you guys posted. All right, guys. So I hope that helps you guys out. I had a great time doing it, even though it sounds I was like a little frustrated. I really wasn't. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff, working on cars, get my hands dirty. It was just a blast to do. Yes, I had to run to the parts store 3 times, just because I didn't have everything that I needed. And if I would have done a little bit more planning, I probably could have had everything. But again, sometimes you just don't know until you start getting your hands dirty and trying to figure everything out. So everything went good. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So I'm excited to see what kind of excess oil I get. I'll probably do one after about a week just to kind of check, and I'll give you guys an update and let you know. The car has 9,000 miles on it now, so we'll see what kind of excess oil we end up with. So I greatly appreciate you guys watching. Again, it was a blast to do. Real easy on a scale from 1 to 10, probably a 2 or a 3. It really wasn't that difficult, guys. It wasn't hard at all. There was nothing that was extremely complicated about it. Again, there's other videos out there for oil catch cans installs for all kinds of Chargers and Challengers. So definitely check those out too. And then that'll help you guys when you guys go to install yours. So hit that like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate your guys' support, and I'll catch you on the next video.